What a fantastic lap from Komodo 3. They've just sliced through the competition like a hot knife through butter. It's amazing to see that kind of improvement. 1.8 seconds is huge. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going and continue their climb up the leaderboard. Haha, love the enthusiasm. Let's get those racing vibes going. Who are you rooting for out there? Totally. There are some amazing cars out there today. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a Gambala Mig Wong or a Lamborghini Centenario tearing it up on the track? What's your favorite car from the lineup? Captain Potato has executed a remarkable surge, overtaking 6 cars and advancing to position 22. Meanwhile, Funny Shell Gaming is also climbing the ranks, having overtaken 4 vehicles to secure position 26. Up front, Okayoki 3 has taken the lead, moving up to position 1 after successfully overtaking Silver Bee Gaming. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as these drivers make their moves on the track. Air 40 has successfully moved up to 7 after overtaking Suzanne Greenberg, who is now in P8. Air 40 is piloting an Ultima GTR 720, while Suzanne is in a Lamborghini Reventon. The battle for Pen continues as Violet Olive Garden, also in a Lamborghini Reventon, is engaged with V403A in a rough Q3. The dynamics in both battles are quite competitive, with tight racing lines being observed. Staged 4 and BAJ has successfully moved into P18 after overtaking Just Jauzik from Team S1 Storty. Meanwhile, there's a tight battle for P21 involving Tenkamen 704 in a Saline 7 Twin Turbo, who's fending off pressure from both Snukufi 115 and Maya, both driving BMW mites. Additionally, Sidrak has gained ground, advancing to P25 after overtaking Koki Biniti. Raphael has successfully moved up to P9 after overtaking Violin Olive Garden. The man is making progress as well, advancing to 14 with an overtake on Ritra Wolfen. 131. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 has climbed to P36 after getting past Electromary. Snuckle 515 and Meyer are currently locked in a tight battle for position 22, both driving the BMW Might. They have been side by side for several laps, constantly challenging each other for the edge. Meanwhile, Fonia Shell Gaming in the Lamborghini Huracan is also closely trailing them, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake. The three cars are creating an intense dynamic as they navigate the track together, with Snaku 515 and Maya exchanging positions frequently. It's a crucial moment as they approach a sharp turn. Let's see if Fonia Shell Gaming can make a move. Fonia Shell Gaming has successfully advanced to P22, executing a clean overtake on both Snaku 515 and Maya Ducti. This maneuver adds to their momentum as they continue to push through the field. The AI cars are showing impressive maneuverability in this section of the track. Suzanne Greenberg in the Lamborghini Reventon is currently locked in a tight battle for pate with Arfel, who's piloting the Mosler M900s. The two cars are closely matched, with Greenberg attempting to gain an advantage on the straights, while Arfel defends well through the corners. In the meantime, IC1212 has made significant progress, moving up to P35 after overtaking B. Crenshaw and Amy, who are also in contention for that position. IC1212 is behind the wheel of a Spaniard DTA Spano, while Bucrenshaw and Amy are driving a Dodge Challenger Hellcat. This trio is now engaged in a fierce contest for P35 as they jockey for position on the track. Rafael has advanced to pate, successfully overtaking Suzanne Greenberg. In the battle for P9, Suzanne Greenberg, in her Lamborghini Reventon, is currently fending off B4 Freen A in the rough Tour 3. Ken Kamen in 704 has made progress to P20 after passing Captain Potato. Electric Murray from Team Quark Express has made a significant move, advancing to position 35 after successfully overtaking Komodo 3. Meanwhile, Komodo 3 responded with a comeback of their own, moving up to position 36 by overtaking Gary No Name. The race is heating up as these drivers jostle for positions on the track. The man has advanced to P12 after successfully overtaking Shinigami. Meanwhile, Rizaldi Adha has also moved up to P31, getting past Greninjeb Botta. The battle for P31 continues between Rizaldi Adha and Greninjeb as they jockey for position. Cedric has successfully moved into P24 after overtaking both Snikuva 115 and Maya Data. The battle for P24 continues as Cedric, in the Mosler M900s, fends off challenges from Snikuva 115 and Maya, who are both behind the wheel of a BMW mate. Meanwhile, Nukambokum has advanced to P29 by overtaking Rizaldi Ada. The race dynamics are heating up as these positions shift. Shinigami, in the Ultima GTR 720, is currently battling with the man in the Saleen 7 Twin Turbo for position 12. They are closely matched, with Shinigami attempting an inside line at the last corner, but unable to complete the overtake. Meanwhile, SD Fornbiajace is engaged in a race for position 19 against Tenkaman 704, who was also driving a Saleen 7 Twin Turbo. Stone BTH in the Gambala Miggle 1 is showing impressive speed, trying to gain on Tankaman 7 hole, but has not yet found a gap to pass. The race dynamics are heating up as both battles unfold. Suzanne Greenberg in the Lamborghini Reventon is engaged in a close battle for P9 with V43A, who is piloting the rough Tur 3. Both cars are showing impressive speed as they jostle for position. In the meantime, the man has made a significant move, now occupying P13 after successfully overtaking Retro-Wolfen, 131. Retro-Wolfen, 131 meanwhile, has dropped to 14 but has just overtaken EU's John 7, trying to regain lost ground. The dynamics in the mid-pack are shifting rapidly. Electromary has successfully closed the gap to Gary, no name, by 28.8 seconds, indicating a strong push from her side. Meanwhile, Lacrasson 1980, in the Gambala Miguan, and Duff Dad, in the Saleen 7 Twin Turbo, are locked in an intense battle for 4th place. In a surprising twist, Gary No Name has moved up to 31st position, overtaking Electric Murray. The dynamics on the track are shifting rapidly as positions continue to change. Sniku 515 and Maya have encountered issues, dropping back to 31st position. Justjazik has made a notable move up to 15th, successfully overtaking EU's John 7. Meanwhile, Feds has gained ground, now in 22nd after overtaking Cedric. Captain Potato in the Ultima GTR 720 is currently engaged in a tight battle for P20 against Funnier Shell Gaming in the Lamborghini Huracan. The two cars are closely matched, with Captain Potato making a slight gain on the straights, but Funnier Shell Gaming holding strong in the corners. Meanwhile, Sir Ironbot is significantly closing the gap on both Snaku 515 and Maya, reducing the distance by 2.5 seconds in this segment of the race. It will be interesting to see if he can continue this momentum and challenge for a higher position. The tension is palpable as these positions are actively contested. Hey Nightcrawler, welcome back to the raceway. Racing car dashing away, we've missed you zooming around with us. Ready for some high-speed action? Let's go! Feds has just executed a strong series of overtakes, moving up 4 positions to claim 17. Cedric from Team Live for Speed follows closely, successfully passing 5 cars to secure P18. Meanwhile, Kokubunity has made an impressive leap, overtaking 7 cars to take P19. The midfield is clearly heating up as these drivers push their way through the pack. Susan Greenberg in the Lamborghini Reventon is currently battling 13 Shinigami in the Ultima GTR 720 for position 8. Greenberg is closely trailing Shinigami, who holds a slight advantage as they navigate through the tight corners of the circuit. As they approach the hairpin, Greenberg makes a move on the inside, but is unable to complete the overtake as Shinigami maintains her line. Through the next section, Greenberg is gaining ground, using the superior acceleration of the Reventon to close the gap. They are side by side heading into the straight, and it looks like Greenberg will attempt another overtaking maneuver. However, Shinigami holds firm, preventing the pass for now. The battle continues intensively as both cars are separated by mere tenths of a second. This fight for paid is heating up as they approach the next corner. Retro Alphon 131 has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Okayoki 3 by 5.1 seconds, as they continue to battle for position. Feds has gained momentum, successfully overtaking 5 cars to advance to P12. Meanwhile, Cedric is also on the move, executing 5 overtakes to climb to P13. The race dynamics are shifting as these competitors push their limits. Silver Gaming has encountered some difficulties, dropping 6 positions to pen. Meanwhile, Suzanne Greenberg has made a strong move into power, successfully overtaking Okayoki 3 to win it. Okayoki 3 has responded by advancing to 5, getting past Viola Olive Garden in the process. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as these drivers jockey for position. Hubert 3 is gaining on Robes XJ, reducing the gap by 5.7 seconds. Cydric has encountered issues and has dropped back 8 positions to P29. Electric Murray is also struggling, falling 6 positions to P30. Just Jazik from Team S1 has gained a position, now in P24 after successfully overtaking John 7. Meanwhile, Grenenjip has advanced to P32 by passing Nukambokum from Team Death Robots. In response, Nukambokum has regained some ground, moving up to P33 after overtaking Rizaldi Atta from Team Quark Express. The racing dynamics are shifting as positions change rapidly. Gary No Name from Team Also No Name Racing has successfully moved up to 15, overtaking Issy 1212 from Team No Name Racing. The two are now in a close battle for that position, showcasing some competitive driving. Gary is holding his line while Issy is looking for an opportunity to retake the position. The dynamics between these two drivers are creating an exciting moment on the track. Suzanne Greenberg is currently in P3, significantly closing the gap to Robestich in P2 by 2.1 seconds. Duff Dad has made a notable move, advancing to P9 after successfully overtaking Silver Beak Gaming. Meanwhile, Silver Beak Gaming has responded by moving up to Pen, overtaking Feds in the process. The race positions are tightening as drivers jockey for better placements. Suzanne Greenberg is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Okayoki 3 from Team Racing Potatoes by 12.1 seconds. Retro Phone 131 has shown impressive speed, overtaking 5 cars and advancing to position 16. Just Jazik is also on the move, gaining 6 positions and now sits at P18. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers push forward. Duff Dad has just gained a position, now sitting in 6 after successfully overtaking Silver Beak Gaming. This move pushes Silver Gaming back to 7, as they slip past Suzanne Greenberg. Meanwhile, AR40 has made a significant advancement to 10, overtaking ARFAL from Team Blast. The dynamics are shifting with these changes in positions. Lacroisson 1980 has indeed struggled, dropping down to 29th position after losing 7 spots. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3 has made a significant move, now in second place after successfully overtaking Robes XGJO. Additionally, the man has gained ground, advancing to 10th by overtaking RFL. Duffdad is now in foul after successfully overtaking Silver Beaker Gaming, who drops to 5. Silver Bang managed to push ahead of Robus XJ to reclaim that position. Meanwhile, Air 40 from Kima Swans has also made a move, advancing to 7 by overtaking Est4 and Bizajai Twi. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Okayoki 3 has taken the lead, now in pole after successfully overtaking Hug 3. Captain Potato is making significant progress, reducing the gap to ST4 and BZJ by 46 seconds as he continues to chase down for P22. Whoa! The dynamics are shifting as we see these strategic moves unfold on the track. Ianthakrabi has indeed dropped back to P11 after facing some issues on the track, losing 8 positions. Meanwhile, Silver Gaming has successfully overtaken Huga 3, securing P3. Shortly after, Huga 3 managed to regain some momentum and overtook Air 40, moving up to Pfawa. The race is tightening as competitors jockey for position. Captain Potato is currently gaining on Ianthakrabi, reducing the gap to 48.5 seconds. In the battle for 4th place, Huga 3 in the Gambala Migwon is locked in a close fight with Air 40 in the Ultima GTR 720. Meanwhile, Robust XJ in another Gambala Migwon is competing against the man who is driving the Saline 7 Twin Turbo for 7th place. The dynamics in these battles are heating up as they navigate through the track. Air 40 has successfully moved into power, executing a clean overtake on Huga 3. In the battle for 7, Robus XJ in the Gambala Migwon is currently holding off the man who is driving the Saline 7 Twin Turbo. Meanwhile, Captain Potato has gained ground, advancing to 17 after overtaking Ianthakrabi. The race continues to see shifts in positions as strategies unfold. Duff Dad from Team Live for Speed is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Okeoki 3 from Team Racing Potatoes by 14.2 seconds. This could set up a potential challenge for position soon. In the mid-pack battle, Wuzirius Guy in the Spania GTA Spano is engaged in a tight fight with Rizaldi Adha from Team Quark Express, who is piloting a Celine 7 twin-turbo Tops. Both drivers are fighting hard for P25, showcasing their skills as they navigate through this competitive section of the track. ES John 7 has just made a significant move, overtaking 4 cars to secure position 11. Shortly after, Captain Potato executed a similar strategy, also overtaking 4 cars to climb to position 13. Meanwhile, Assetto Corsa is on the charge as well, managing to overtake 4 cars to reach position 14. The field is tightening as these drivers make their way up. Tenkaman 704 is currently in the lead. But Gary No Name is making significant progress, reducing the gap by 3 seconds. Meanwhile, Sir Ironbot has successfully moved up to P32, after overtaking Komodo 3 Tet. In response, Komodo 3 has advanced to P33 by overtaking both Snaku55, Andronym 15 and Maya.Tool. The positioning is tightening as drivers jockey for better placements on the track. Reningiev has lost significant ground, now down to P28, after dropping 6 positions. Meanwhile, the battle for power intensifies as Suzanne Greenberg, in the Lamborghini Reventon, and Godfrey in the Gambola Mig Wong, are closely matched, vying for position. Jizjazik has made a move up to P24, successfully overtaking N29K.1. The dynamics continue to shift as the race progresses. Komodo 3 has successfully moved up to P30 after overtaking both Snaku 515 and Maya. Meanwhile, Snaku 515 and Maya have now advanced to P31, having overtaken Grin and Jippy.Tool. The positions are shifting quickly as the race continues to unfold. Robe SJ in the Gambela Migu 1 is closely tailing Airfail in the Mosla MT900s as they enter the final sector. Robe SG attempts an inside line at the hairpin, but Airfail defends well, maintaining position in 6th. The two are now side by side on the long straight, with Robe SG accelerating hard, trying to outpace Airfail. Overtake attempt at the next corner. It's a tight squeeze, but Rafael holds on to 6 for now. The gap remains minimal as they continue to push through the final turns. Fonia Shell Gaming has successfully moved up to 16, after a decisive overtake on Cedric. This maneuver demonstrates effective use of the racing line and acceleration out of the corner. The gap is now widening, as Fonia Shell Gaming continues to push forward in the pack. Meanwhile, Cedric is holding steady in 17, looking for an opportunity to reclaim that position. Car 40 is currently experiencing difficulties and has dropped back 6 positions, now in Pendatotique. Meanwhile, Hulgut 3 has successfully overtaken Robus XGA and is now in Fauer. Rafael has also made progress, moving up to 6 after overtaking via Linolive Garden. The race continues to intensify with these position changes. Cedric has executed a strong series of maneuvers, overtaking 5 vehicles to secure position. 12. Following closely, Feds has also made significant progress, overtaking 5 cars as well, and now holding position. 13. Meanwhile, the man is demonstrating impressive speed, overtaking 6 competitors to advance to position. 14. The field is tightening as these drivers continue their charge up the ranks. Milkenbockum is now just 53.3 seconds behind Komodo 3, significantly reducing the gap. Rafael has successfully overtaken Robus XJ to secure the 4th position. Meanwhile, Retrawolf 131 has gained a position, moving up to 7th by overtaking Duff Dad from Team Live for speed. The dynamics are shifting as these drivers adjust their strategies on the track. Issy 1212 is currently in P27, after successfully overtaking Fonia Shell Gaming. The battle for this position continues as they jostle for track space. Issy 1212 is piloting a Spaniard GTA Stano, while Fonia Shell Gaming is behind the wheel of a Lamborghini Huracan. The 2 cars are closely matched, with Issy 1212 gaining a slight edge on the straight. Overtake attempts are likely as they head into the next corner. Retrawolf 131 has experienced difficulties, dropping from their previous position down to 15, losing 7 places. Meanwhile, Esteban BHE, has made a successful overtake on Amphikrabi, advancing to P7. Amphikrabi has responded by moving up to P8 after overtaking Silver B Gaming. The race continues to see strategic movements among the drivers as they jostle for positions. Villeneuve in the Lamborghini Reventon is closely tailing Dufdad in the Celine 7 twin-turbo as they battle for 5. The two cars are exchanging positions frequently, showcasing some skilled maneuvering. Meanwhile, Gary No Name from also No Name Racing has made a notable move up to P23, successfully overtaking Captain Potato. In response, Captain Potato has retaliated and moved ahead of Issy 1212, now holding P24. The race dynamics are intensifying as these drivers push their limits. Electromri is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Rizaldi Adha by 14.7 seconds. Guilfarin A has successfully overtaken R4E and is now in P13. Meanwhile, Uyas John 7 in the Automo GTA 720 is engaged in a close battle with Just Jazik driving the Saline 7 twin-turbo, the P19, showcasing some competitive racing dynamics. Silver Gaming said, "Hey Amy, who has the fastest lap?" "Hey Silverbird Gaming? Okayoki 3 is crushing it right now, the fastest lap of 1:23.299 in that Aston Martin Vulcan. Looks like they really know how to take those corners. Bisinka dashing away." Rovis 6J has successfully overtaken Hugger 3, positioning himself in P3. The driver from Team Quark Express has made a notable advancement to 10 after surpassing Feds. Meanwhile, Koki Binanati in the Spania GTA Spano and V43A in the Rough 2-3 are engaged in a close battle for P12, showcasing competitive racing dynamics. Kamening 704 has successfully moved into P21 after a clean overtake on N29 Kia from Team Also No Name Racing. The maneuver appeared to catch N29 Kia off guard, allowing Kamening 704 to capitalize on the inside line. The rest of the field continues to maintain their positions as the race dynamics evolve. Rafael is now in P13, after successfully overtaking Kokibanity from Team No Name Racing. Meanwhile, Funny Shell Gaming has advanced to P25, getting past Issy 1212. The two are currently in a close battle for that position, with Funny Shell Gaming in a Lamborghini Huracan and Issy 1212 in the Spaniard GTA Spano.com. The dynamics between these two cars will be interesting to watch as they continue to jostle for position. Silver Gaming in the Lamborghini Centenario is currently engaged in a tight battle with the Amthikrabi in the Gembala Migwon for 8th position. The pace is intense as they jostle for track position. Meanwhile, Arafe has successfully moved up to 11th place after overtaking Feds. Additionally, Air 40 from Team S1 has also made progress, advancing to 14th by overtaking Retrawolf 131. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as positions change. Captain Potato is now in 16th, after a significant push, overtaking 7 cars. Funny Shell Gaming follows closely, gaining momentum to secure 17 with 9 successful overtakes. Cedric also shows impressive speed, moving into P18 after overtaking 9 cars as well. The midfield battle is intensifying with these strategic moves. Electric Murray is gaining on Issy 1212, reducing the gap by 50.4 seconds. Arafe has successfully moved up to P9 after overtaking Duffdad. Air 40 is also closing in on Duffdad, narrowing the gap by 4.2 seconds. Hugger 3 has successfully overtaken Robes DJ, now holding the 2nd position. Meanwhile, Robes 6J has regained some momentum, moving ahead of Suzanne Greenberg to secure 3rd place. In addition, Zadrek has made a strong move, advancing to 16th position by overtaking Funny Shell Gaming. Suzanne Greenberg is now just 11.7 seconds behind Ayantha Krabi, showcasing impressive speed as she closes the gap. Meanwhile, Aya Raphael has successfully moved into P8 after overtaking via Olive Garden. The race continues to evolve with these positional changes. Yusun 7 from Team Life for Speed is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Violonova Garden by 43.8 seconds. Meanwhile, Zest 4 and BAJ and Ayantha Krabi are engaged in a close battle for 5th place, maintaining tight positioning as they navigate the track. The dynamics of the race are shifting as Yusun 7 continues to gain on Violonova Garden. Suzanne Greenberg is making significant progress, reducing the gap to ST4 and BZH by 4.2 seconds, as she aims for a higher position. ST4 and BHA has advanced to P19 after successfully overtaking V43A. Meanwhile, V43A has responded by pushing ahead, now in P20, after passing 10 Kaminins. After passing 10 Kaminins 7-4, the dynamic is shifting as positions continue to change in the field. Riniep is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Komodo 3 by 9.7 seconds. Silver Gaming is also gaining on Robus XJ, chopping down the distance by 3.4 seconds. Meanwhile, Duff Dad has successfully moved into P9 after overtaking Air 40. Suzanne Greenberg has advanced to 6 after a successful overtake on Aya Raphael from Team Blast, who has now dropped to 7. Aya Raphael also made an impressive move to take 7 from Robus 60 Meanwhile, Duff Dad in the Saline 7 Twin Turbo is engaged in a fierce battle with 13 Shinigami, who is piloting the Ultima GT Tier 720 for P9. Silver Gaming has gained a position, now in P2, after successfully overtaking Herd 3. Meanwhile, Feds is actively closing in on Funya Shell Gaming, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. The battle for positions is intensifying. Suzanne Greenberg has made a notable move, advancing to power after overtaking Aya Raphael. Following that, Aya Raphael has responded by climbing to 5, successfully passing ST4 and BZH. Meanwhile, Duff Dad from Team Live for Speed has gained ground as well, moving up to 7 by overtaking Air 40. The dynamics of the race are shifting rapidly with these changes in position. Greninja is making significant progress, cutting down the gap to Komodo 3 by 7.2 seconds. Elias John 7 has advanced to P12 after successfully overtaking Captain Potato. In response, Captain Potato has moved back to P13, having been overtaken by him, while also managing to pass ST4 and BZH. The positioning is shifting as the race unfolds. Suzanne Greenberg has now secured the 3rd position after successfully overtaking Aya Raphael. Aya Raphael from Team Blast has responded by moving up to 4th, taking over Duff Dad's previous spot. Meanwhile, Duff Dad has pushed himself into 5th place, overtaking Yantha Krabby in the process. Ace John 7 is now in P9 after successfully overtaking Captain Potato, who has dropped to Pen. Captain Potato managed to gain a position on Angamp the Krabby, who is now in P11. Meanwhile, C. Thornbeats HA has advanced to P12, overtaking A40. The positions are shifting rapidly as the drivers jostle for better placements. Suzanne Greenberg is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Okayoki 3 by 66.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Duff Dad has successfully moved into 4th place after overtaking at Raphael. The race dynamics are shifting with these strategic moves. Gary No Name is currently in pursuit of Funny Ash Shell Gaming, reducing the gap to 52.2 seconds. The pace of Gary No Name is known to be faster, indicating a potential overtake in the near future. Meanwhile, the rest of the field remains relatively stable, with no significant position changes occurring at this moment. The race dynamics are shifting as we observe Gary's aggressive driving strategy. Currently, Okayoki 3 is leading the race in first position after overtaking Suzanne Greenberg. Suzanne has now settled into 2nd place following her own maneuver to pass at Airfell, who has dropped to 3rd. Meanwhile, Use John 7 is experiencing difficulties and has fallen back 6 positions to 21st. The gap between the leading cars is beginning to widen as they establish their pace. State Farm BHA has significantly decreased the gap to Silver Beaky Gaming by 52.4 seconds, indicating a strong pace and potential for an overtake soon. Meanwhile, Feds in España GTA Hispano is locked in a tight battle with EF40, who is driving the Ultima GTR 720 for 13th position. The dynamic between these two cars suggests a competitive exchange as they fight for advancement on track. Suzanne Greenberg is now in P2 after successfully overtaking Duff Dad from Team Live for speed. Duff Dad has responded by reclaiming P3, getting ahead of Violin Olive Garden. Meanwhile, Violin Olive Garden has managed to push past Arifa Era, solidifying their position in FOA. The dynamic of the race is shifting quickly as these drivers jockey for position. Zevform BTA has gained a position, now in 7 after successfully overtaking Aerofail. Meanwhile, Ayantha Krabi is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Aerofail by 4.1 seconds. In 10, the man has also moved up, overtaking Retro Wolfone 131. The race dynamics are shifting as these positions change. Sidrak has encountered difficulties, dropping 6 positions to P24. Koki Benenity from Team No Name Racing has successfully overtaken Captain Potato, securing P18. Meanwhile, Captain Potato has regained some ground by overtaking Hughes Johnson, and is now in P19. Currently, Electric Murray is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Isyunu 1212 by 5.1 seconds. In another part of the track, Air 40 has successfully moved up to position 10, after overtaking the man. The dynamics are tightening, as Electric Murray continues to chase down Isyunu 1212. Violin Oliva Garden has made significant progress, reducing the gap to Duff Dad by 7.5 seconds. The competition for 4th place is heating up between Violin Olive Garden, in the Lamborghini Reventon, and Robes Da in the Gembala Migoang. As they navigate through the track, both drivers are pushing their limits to gain that crucial position. The tension is palpable as they approach the next curve. Robes XJ in the Gembala Miguwon is currently engaged in a tight battle for 3rd place with Violin Olive Garden in the Lamborghini Reventon. Both drivers are pushing hard, with frequent changes in acceleration and braking as they navigate the track. Meanwhile, Estil 4 and BDH has successfully moved up to 6th position after overtaking A. Rafael. This change indicates an aggressive strategy from SD4 and BZA, likely capitalizing on a mistake or slower pace from A. Rafael. Rafael, now in 7th, has responded by overtaking Duff Dad, reclaiming some momentum. This dynamic exchange positions Rafael back into contention as the race progresses. The competition remains fierce as the drivers jockey for position. Welcome back over Misterioso. Party Popper. We missed your mysterious vibe. Ready to cheer for some speedy AA. Racing car dashing away. Shinigami is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Feds from Team Also, No Name Racing, by 2 seconds. The pace is increasing as 13 Shinigami approaches, setting the stage for a potential overtake soon. Meanwhile, Feds has maintained position but will need to respond quickly to keep the lead. Currently, Funia Shell Gaming has advanced to P20, successfully overtaking Cedric. Meanwhile, Cedric has gained a position as well, moving up to P21 by passing Gary No Name, from team also No Name Racing. As for Gary No Name, he has now shifted to P22 after overtaking V43 Away. The positions are changing rapidly as the race continues. Car 40 has successfully moved up to position 9 after overtaking After Krabby. Meanwhile, V43A has surged into position 22, overtaking Gary No Name. The battle between V43A driving a rough Q3 and Gary No Name with Spaniard TA Spano is heating up as they jostle for that 22nd spot. Komodo Freak is gaining on Greninjib, now reducing the gap to 8.5 seconds. The pace is increasing as they approach the next turn, with Komodo Freak showing strong acceleration out of the previous corner. Meanwhile, behind them, we see a battle brewing between two other competitors for position. The dynamics are shifting as cars jockey for space and speed. Rafael Inosla MT900s continues to pressure Duff Dad in the Saline 7 Twin Turbo for Savenne, with tight cornering and strategic acceleration. Meanwhile, the driver from Team Quark Express has made a notable move, advancing to 17 after successfully overtaking N2090 at Dock. In another part of the track, IC1212 is locked in an intense battle for P24 against Just Jazik, who is also piloting a Saline 7 Twin Turbo, while IC1212 drives a Spaniard Gautier Spano. The competition remains fierce as these drivers jockey for position. Oh no, who grid free? Did you leave all your speed in that last corner? At least you're not alone with Lacroix there. That's like a pit stop for friendship. Face with tears of joy. Koki Bananity has made significant progress, now just 15 seconds behind Captain Potato. The fight for Steven is heating up between Duff Dad in the Saline 7 Twin Turbo, and Arafel in the Mosla MT900s. Meanwhile, 13 Shinigami has overtaken Captain Potato, and has moved up to P12S. The race dynamics are intensifying as positions shift. Tankamin in 7-4 has made a significant advancement, overtaking 4 cars to secure P21. F40 has also gained ground, moving up to P8 after successfully overtaking a airfail. Meanwhile, V4L3A has climbed to P18 by getting past Cedric.T. The race is becoming more competitive as these drivers push forward. Rafael has successfully moved up to P8 after overtaking AR40. Meanwhile, Funny Gaming has advanced to 16 by getting past V4L3AO. In a close contest for P18, Feds in España GTA Spano is battling Cedric, who is currently driving a Mazda M900s. The competition is heating up as these positions shift on the track. Feds in España GTA Spano is currently holding off Cedric in the Mazda MT900s for 18th place. They are engaged in a tight battle, with Feds maintaining a narrow lead. Cedric is applying pressure, looking for an opportunity to overtake. As they head into the next corner, Cedric takes a closer line, but Feds defends well, keeping his position firm. The gap remains minimal, and both drivers are pushing their cars to the limits. The race dynamic is very intense as they navigate through traffic. Road 6GA has successfully moved into P2 after overtaking Silver P Gaming. Silver Gaming now sits in P3, having taken advantage of the situation to overtake Suzanne Greenberg, placing her in foul. Meanwhile, Duff Dad has advanced to 5 with an overtaking maneuver on Esteform BZ Date. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race continues. F40 has significantly reduced the gap to Violin Olive Garden by 5.4 seconds, indicating a strong performance. Meanwhile, Captain Potato has successfully moved up to P12 after overtaking Shinigami in P13. The race dynamics are shifting as positions change and gaps close. V4L3A is currently making impressive progress, reducing the gap to 13 Shinigami by 9.30 seconds. Meanwhile, Feds has successfully moved up to 17 after overtaking Just Jazzy. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers push their limits. N29 Kia is now in 22nd position after successfully overtaking Funny Gaming. Meanwhile, Snakufa 115 and Maya have both advanced to 31st place, with Snakufa 115 making the pass on Komodo 3. Robustixj is making significant progress, cutting down the gap to Okayoki 3 from Team Racing Potatoes by 50.9 seconds. Meanwhile, 13 Shinigami is also gaining on John 7, reducing the distance between them by 3.1 seconds. The race dynamics are shifting as both drivers increase their pace. Thirteen Shinigami and V403A are locked in a tight battle for 13. 13 Shinigami, behind the wheel of an Ultimate GTR 720, is currently trying to fend off V403A, who is driving a rough Curve 3. The pace is intense as they navigate the corners. Meanwhile, Kokubininity has advanced to P20 after successfully overtaking John 7. The race dynamics are shifting as positions start to change with each lap. Cedric has made a significant move, advancing 4 positions to take 14. 10 Kamanin 704 is replicating that success, also overtaking 4 cars to secure 15. In the battle for the front, Suzanne Greenberg has executed a successful overtake on Robustixj, moving up to P2-Y. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly as these drivers push their limits. Retruolfin 31 has successfully moved into P5, after overtaking Yamta Krabi in a close battle. The Mosler MT900 showed impressive acceleration against the Gembala Migwon. Meanwhile, Violin Oliva Garden made a move up to 7, overtaking Silver Beaker Gaming. The race is intensifying with these shifts in position. As we continue the race, Duff Dad from Team Life for Speed is locked in a tight battle for P9 with Air 40, who is in the Ultima GTR 720. Currently, Duff Dad is piloting the Saline 7 Twin Turbo, and seems to be holding his position firmly, as they approach the hairpin turn. Meanwhile, 13 Shinigami is gaining ground on Robustixj, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. The pace is picking up, and it will be interesting to see if Shinigami can close that distance even further in the upcoming laps. "13 Shinigami is gaining on Retruolf 131, reducing the gap to 5.9 seconds. Air 40 has advanced to 7 after successfully overtaking Duff Dad. Meanwhile, Duff Dad has also moved up to P8 by overtaking Robustixj. The positions are shifting rapidly as we continue through this intense race. Krabi is now in P3 after successfully overtaking Violin Olive Garden, who has dropped to P4. Meanwhile, Violin Olive Garden moved up to par by passing Stefan Biazage, who remains in 5. In the lower ranks, Koki Binati has advanced to 13, getting past EU's John 7 Tho. The positions are shifting quickly as the race progresses. Robus XGA is now in P8 after successfully overtaking A. Arafael, who has dropped to P9. Arafael then gained a position of his own, moving up to P9 by overtaking Stefan Bizajet. Meanwhile, Ritrowolf 131 is making significant progress, reducing the gap to Stefan Bizajet by 4.2 seconds, indicating an impending challenge for position. The dynamics are shifting as drivers jockey for position further down the field. Violin Olive Garden is now in P3 after successfully overtaking Silver Peak Gaming, who drops to P4. Silver Gaming has also managed to pass Krabi, moving back up to P4 position. Meanwhile, Robustite gained ground, moving up to P8 with an overtake on Arafael. The positions are shifting quickly as the race continues. Stefan Bizajet has made a significant move now in P9 after overtaking Ritrowolf 131. Following that, Ritrowolf 131 has also improved his position to 10 by overtaking 13 Shinigami. Meanwhile, 13 Shinigami is now in P11 after successfully passing E. Krabi. The positions are shifting rapidly as the race progresses. Hey Kami-senpai. Welcome back. Party popper, we missed your awesome energy. Buckle up, we're diving into the high-speed action with some AI racing. Checkered flag dashing away. Naku 515 and Maya have successfully moved up to P29, executing a clean overtake on Greninja from Team Also No Name Racing. The maneuver was smooth, showcasing good timing and positioning as they navigated through the corner. V403A. In the rough, Turtle 3 has closed the gap on Just Jazik in the Celine 7 Twin Turbo as they approach the final corner. V4L3 and makes a bold move on the inside, executing a clean overtake to take P19. Just Jazik attempts to counter, but there's a slight loss of traction coming out of the corner. V403A is now establishing a small lead as they head down the straight. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack continues to navigate the track without significant changes to their positions at this time. Amphikrabi is gaining on 13 Shinigami, reducing the gap to 2.4 seconds. Just Jizik and B4L3A are locked in a tight battle for 19th position, with Just Jazik in the Celine 7 twin-turbo, and V43A in the rough, Kurthru 3. Meanwhile, AC1212 has closed the distance to Gary No Name by 2.2 seconds, indicating potential action soon. Robosage in the Gambala Migawon is currently battling Airfail, who is in the Mosler M900s for the 7th position. The two cars are closely matched, and it looks like an exciting duel is developing. Meanwhile, Nukambokum is making significant progress as he closes the gap to Sir Ironbot by 2.1 seconds, indicating he may attempt an overtake soon. The dynamics of this race are intensifying as these drivers push their machines to the limits. Koki Benanity in the Spania GTA Spano is currently holding off Fuse John Sivan in the Ultima GTR 720 as they approach the final sector. Koki Benanity takes a defensive line into the tight corner, maintaining 13. Use John 7 attempts an inside maneuver but cannot complete the overtake. Both cars remain neck and neck on the exit. Further up the field, we see a battle for P12 between two other competitors, while the leaders have begun to stretch their gap. The midfield is tightly packed, with several drivers looking to capitalize on any mistakes. The race dynamics are intensifying as we move deeper into the event. Just Jezek has successfully moved into 18th position, executing a clean overtake on N29P Adol. The maneuver was precise, utilizing a slipstream approach to gain the necessary speed on the straight. The field continues to adjust as cars jockey for position. Use John 7 in the Ultima GTR 720 is holding 15 but is under pressure from the man in the Saline 7 turbo dodge. Use John 7 takes the inside line into turn 3, attempting to defend his position. The man shifts to the outside, looking for an overtake opportunity. As they exit the corner, the man gets a better acceleration and pulls alongside John 7 down the straight. Entering turn 4, the man makes the maneuver stick and gains 15, pushing John 7 back to 16. Now, John 7 will have to strategize to regain that position as they continue on the track.